and we're joined by Peter Otokuno, and he is the Deputy Chief Executive for the National Youth Authority. Thanks for joining me, sir.
Thanks for that.
All right, we just watch a clip there of activities, proceedings at the International Tribunal that is looking at a maritime boundary dispute with Cote d'Ivoire. Your own comments so far as to what has been reported in the media concerning the proceedings?
I think that first of all, let me extend warm greetings to your viewers. On this particular issue, I think it's a very, very, delicate one. And as a country, as a people, we will need to be a little bit more sophisticated in handling this matter. Because, maritime disputes and other, resource disputes and, countries in all sort of, wars and so on and so forth. I'm just a bit worried about how Ivory Coast, have started, handling this matter, especially knowing where Ivory Coast is coming from in recent years, and the socio-political, underpinnings between Ghana and Ivory Coast, and the extent to which Ivory Coast has decided to take this matter. It makes it even rather more, worrying. I think it's a very good thing listening to the Attorney General, give the opening statement at the courts, and listening to the case that he's, trying to put forward. I think that we can only hope that we get the right ruling, because we have invested a lot of dollars, billions of dollars, in developing the sites in those areas where the Ivorians are claiming belongs to them. So we would hope that the courts will be as much as possible, diligent in dealing with this matter, and give us a fair ruling and a timely ruling, because the more it delays, the more investments are kept on hold, and the more we lose as a nation. So it's important that the case is fast-tracked, so that the ruling comes in, very early, so that we can continue with business. I have no doubts that the court is going to rule in our favor, and we are going to continue working on that field.
All right. So since the matter is in court, and we know that it's a subject that is more of an expert area in many respects, as far as we have to talk about social commentary on the subject. So, but in the meantime, there's been this ongoing issue about Waterville dragging Ghana to the ICC. And it's over the 25 million euro judgment debt, and the story on page 3 of the graphic says this has been filed at the International Chamber of Commerce, challenging an order directed at a refund of the 25 million euros by the Supreme Court. Now, the Attorney General's Department has opposed the application, has since filed a counterclaim. What do you make of the position of Waterville Holding so far?
You said international, is it the International Criminal Court?
No, this was the International Chamber of Commerce.
Chamber of Commerce. I think that last time when we met here, I made mention of this Waterville matter, and how, the courts ruled under the MPP, and the political, dimensions that the MPP have sought to, bring in this matter in relation to Oyome and so on and so forth. And I was making the point that the MPP has done a great disservice to this country. They've made the country lose so much in judgment debts due to their actions and inactions, their procurement politics and politics of abrogation of contracts and so on and so forth. And this is one clear evidence of those actions. This ruling was handed down Waterville in somewhere 2007, 2008. And the MPP, before they left power, paid about 9 million out of it. Now, the court has ruled that, we would need to, Waterville will need to refund those monies back to government chairs. And the Attorney General, has taken steps to retrieve those monies. But the Waterville has the right to, as it were, go to any courts or any commission or any chamber for positive redress, and I think that it's all right for them to go to the ICC, except that I think that the ruling that came in from Justice Doche, that those monies must be retrieved, is a bit, it's a bit interesting, because when you look at a contract that the MPP government awarded Waterville, where even at a cabinet meeting seeking to abrogate that contract, you have the Minister of Youth and Sports writing that, I mean, if we abrogate this contract, this is going to have dire implications on our government. We are going to pay huge amounts of judgment debts and so on. And the fact that the government at the time, including the president and the chief of staff, ignoring that expert advice, I think that it makes it very interesting with the ruling. But there again, when you look at the other side, according to the laws of this country, every international contract of that nature must go through Parliament. And that contract did not go through Parliament. So it means that the contract was not completely or wholly valid. You understand? So there again, they can have an issue, or the ruling can have a firm footing, and they can use that as the basis to work out the retrieval of the monies. But I am very hopeful. I am very, very hopeful that with the case the Attorney General will be putting in at the chambers, it will straighten up issues, so that because the fact also of the matter is that Waterville started work. They started investing some monies into the project when they had some commitments from government. So that has made the work a bit more murkier, because they have done some investments. So then it gives them a firm footing to demand the monies that they are taking. So I think it's a very interesting one, and we hope that
the Attorney General, before she traveled, had indicated that one of the main things that the government is saying is that the ICC lacks the jurisdiction to entertain the arbitral proceedings instituted by Waterville Holdings, and that as far as the issues that had been raised in the arbitration, they had been dealt by the Supreme Court already. Of the Republic of Ghana.
Yeah, I think that I like the expertise to give an opinion on that, but I think that is the experts speaking. They are the lawyers. They know the rudiments of the law. So if they are saying that, I think that that may be in the right direction, and hopefully if they sit at the chambers can really. But the Attorney General would have to put in a case anyway, even if they think that the jurisdiction is wrong. They would have to put in their defense and see how they argue the case out at the chambers.